Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the Mezco Toys 112 Collective. Michael Myers from Halloween 2, its sequel, because they did the first Halloween one. And this one is a huge improvement. But I want to begin by saying that I am a super duper fucking casual when it comes to Michael Myers. I don't know much about it. I guarantee you I probably know two basic facts about the movies. I've just never been a Michael Myers guy. But I always thought that he was one of the best, horror serial killers out there. Don't get it twisted. When you mention Freddy and Jason, this guy is always up there in the ranking. So, what kind of guy would I be to not collect another of the horror serial killer? Whatever, you know what I mean. But let us get to talking about the toy. Now, the first one I very much enjoyed being a filthy casual. So this one, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this one too. Like, we have our cool bullet holes, we have our different jumpsuit, and it's crazy because I believe this one is a little smaller, but it has a different level of articulation. While our first one was single jointed, our first one didn't have like really good ankles. This one is an improvement in those areas, which is pretty cool. So let's start by talking about the look and our articulation, right? So here we have our man in his sad boy costume. Like, this is sad boy galore. Like, my man can't get a date with this suit on. Plus we got bully holes with fresh blood marks. We got the hands with a dirty. We have our boot styling. Then we have our William Shatner mask, which I find hilarious that this is based off of William Shatner mask. It's one of those facts about this movie that makes me want to go back and watch them. But let's talk about our articulation now, right? So with our neck, we still have our single neck joint with our mask. Oop. Let's actually fix that focus. There we go. So we actually have our single neck joint with our mask, as we see here, all one piece. Then we have our collar popped already, so we can just pop this right back in. You heard the pop. Our collar will come up under it, but you can actually just fix that by doing this. Now, articulation wise, this is where it gets funky because it's different. We can hit a T-pose, right? But beautiful. We have bicep swivel, right? And we have a beautiful double joint. Look at that. Double jointed, bro. So he can dab and all that. Then we have a beautiful, nice forward ab crunch. As you can see, it doesn't seem like much when he's bent over, but with the help of that lower leg crunch, we get a nice little deeper crunch. Then if you fold your legs forward, but because of our jumpsuit, it'll ride high. You can see we actually get a nice set of movement on this guy, right? Our legs can go out about this far, so you can do your wacky races, right? We have a beautiful double joint. We do have outward and thigh swivel as well. We can rotate left and right. So I think the only thing that they kept pretty much old on this one is because of the neck peg. But everything else, I believe, is a brand new body. Even our ankles. Our ankles are brand new, where we have a super duper beautiful range of motion on this guy that allow your Michael Myers to hit martial arts poses in a really funny way, because I don't think he ever does anything like that. But if you want somebody to get bodied like this, you could totally do that with your brand new Michael Myers. So there's a new change of reticulation in this. So, like I said, your Michael Myers. But even with our neck peg, right? Our neck peg is all one piece, tilting left and right, going a little bit dabbing forward. It, like, even with it popped all the way in, we can look down. Let me fix my focus. This new lens is actually a lot better, that autofocus feature, because I was shooting all completely manual before. So this helps immensely. We're going to get turned into a little bit of a snag here with the neck, because it protrudes out where the mask ends and our human neck begins. But otherwise, I think you're pretty much set. Now, we're going to get ready to jump into the accessories. I really like how this moves. So let's get started by doing that. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, now we're going to get to talking about accessories. So I guess I should start with his alternative sculpts. Here we are with the alt sculpt. This one is showing the blood tears through the eyes of the mask. And it's crazy because I can't get the lighting on it, but he does have eyes that are in there. Just can't get a lot of good light in there, but yeah, it's definitely in there. On our William Shatner scary face mask. Looking really good. Then we have one. This is the other crazy beach blonde one. This is probably the most terrifying one to me, strictly because this is, I guess, Michael Myers going Super Saiyan. Again, I do not remember Halloween 2. I don't think I was ever really into it, but I'm just making a joke about it being Super Saiyan. But this is it's definitely more terrifying scope, because it's one thing when it's already like a scary dude, but to make it a blonde for some reason just seems like they're trying to make a fashion statement out of your murder, and it's just funny to me. But yeah. Next up, we are going to have some of the weapons he comes with. So here we are. Oh, it's too small. There we go. There we go. So here we are with, I believe, a kitchen knife, a serrated version. This looks like a kitchen serrated knife. Then we'll have a hammer, which now has Ichigo's hair on it. And I know you can hear outside because, it's daytime. So premium daytime traffic. Here we are with a syringe. So I'm assuming he makes some hospital visits, because between the syringe there's also a very finely tuned scalpel. And it's funny you mention that, because there's also a scalpel holding hand strictly for it. This hand holds a completely different scalpel, but still has it. Speaking of hands, you'll also get a set of relaxed hands. This is the I'm walking with doom hands. And like I said, these hands are seen as dirty. There is like dirt and grime painted on it, which is pretty cool. Next, you'll get some open relaxed hands. These ones seems more like for tending and grabbing and reaching out. Next up, you'll have a set of hands that have opening for grabbing items. This is stuff like you saw previously with our hammer and our syringe. So there we have. Let's plop the hammer in. So yeah, you see, plugs right in with the hammer. Then you have another set of hands. This one is going to be the left hand. I believe this is supposed to be holding either a syringe or the scalpel face forward. As you see, we have the index finger pointed out. Next up, we have the opposite side of hand, which has a more slanted curvature. This could also be for holding specialty items. Again, haven't seen the movie, so I'm very unsure. This is for definitely holding the syringe before you push down on the top of it. Or indeed just a really cool knife. Depends on what you want to do with it. You definitely have options with this one. Then there's just the open item hand for the right hand, which probably is his predominant murdering hand. Next up, you'll also get 2 different styles of pumpkin. So you're going to get this pumpkin here. Really cool pumpkin, but what's really cool about it is that it actually opens up for you to place the pumpkin insides that have a skull. And this is really cool because you remove the bottom part, and once you place the batteries inside, this actually lights up. So what's cool is you can plop this piece back in, right? Once you have it nice and set, there's going to be a tab in the back that actually lines up with the tab inside of the pumpkin. So now, it won't light up like this, but when you open it up, you could definitely have your light up pumpkin style. This is actually really, really cool with the light up feature. I like that a lot. I'm actually going to put this off to the side, leave that lit up for a second. Then we have pumpkin style 2. This one has a face already built into it. I don't believe this comes out, but you lift up here, there is a tab for your light. I already plugged my batteries in, and this lights up, and it's not going to show as good as I would like it to, but as you can see, it lights up there. But it does light up pretty strongly in the dark, but during the day it just does not have the same feel. Hopefully I can get it to show in photos. That's gonna be dope. And that pretty much wraps up all of our accessories, but before we go, I do want to show off one thing, just in case you are curious, right? And you wanted to try like Ghostbusters heads or Joker for you to do customs or kit bashes. Here is a Joker head plugged in on Michael Myers. It plugs in. You just didn't hear any plop sound, but yeah, it's there. So if you want a Joker that has double joints and looks really crazy on the Michael Myers body, there you have it. And outside of Joker, I tried a Ghostbusters. So that means you could probably also put a John Wick head on here. So here's one of the Ghostbuster scopes. So in case you want a generic human, he'll have bullet holes in him, but you have options. And now we're going to jump into the size comparison. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, now we're going to jump into the size comparison. Also, while we're at it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare him to the first one. So here is Halloween 1 Michael Myers from Mezco. I believe this guy is a bit taller, different boots, or at least different boot color. Yeah, different boot color. A little bit more on the slimmer side too, or at least more baggy jumpsuit, right? And oh no, they seem to look like about the same height. I could have been wrong. So you can actually pop this head in here. Let me show you guys. But this guy's head doesn't fit perfectly in there. Whoop. So let's do some swapping. Swapping head popping. Doo-doo. See? Fits a little stiffly. You don't get that pop that you hear normally. Then we're going to pop this guy in. See? Shorter. See? So. But the first head is compatible in case you're not happy with that second head. You can pop that on, giving you some sort of options. So let's pop these guys back in. Doop. And as you can see, my uneven table strikes back again. No matter what I do, man. No matter what I do. Lay out even things. Don't matter. Just need to get a new table. But tables are like $500. And that's crazy. At least the good tables. But yeah. As you can see, these guys kind of stack up really well. I like the old jumpsuit, but I'm going to be honest. This one is where it's at. Has the movement. Has the looks. Has way more hands and accessories. So I'm very, very happy with the new one. Especially because if you want to be like a horror homie, like, it's probably really nice. So, speaking of horror homies, let's put them up in a size comparison with some other Mezco horror homies. So here's Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger's a short dude, right? I don't know. I'm just saying that because the toy is actually pretty small. But surprisingly agile. Used it for my Jackie Chan Kit Bash custom. Here we are with Jason. Then we have Ash from Evil Dead. Just throwing out a bunch of the horror homies that I have. You know what? I got rid of Pennywise because he scared the ever-loving shit out of me. So I don't have Pennywise anymore. But here is horror homies right up next to each other looking really, really good. So again, options, right? So even if we take these guys away, we can compare to some other lines. So here we are with Mezco Ichigo on a Gomez body, in case you were curious about that. Then we have a Foosh Toys Ninja. In case you're curious about that. In case Michael Myers versus ninjas, which I don't think is going to happen, but you never know. Then we have like Marvel Legends Orb. So Michael Myers stands at a pretty decent size in my opinion. And then we have one of the Yamo Noda Collection series. I'm going to throw that in there. Last but not least, I'm going to throw a Kamen Rider in there. And it's not Cougar this time. It's actually Kamen Rider Shadow Moon, who I'm actually on the verge of getting ready to review right after this. So you know where SHF kind of stands. As you see, he's missing chest plate. But yeah. I am thoroughly enjoying the new version of this Michael Myers. And again, I'm a filthy casual. So I'm going to make up a bunch of scenarios in my head. Hopefully, it'll be anything close to the movie. I don't want to just watch clips. But I want to get these photos done in a good time and manner. So I'm going to try to like watch a little bit both. Give a little bit of inspiration. But yeah. This has been fun. I try not to review things I don't know anything about, but I did watch the first one, so I knew about the first one, but I didn't know about this one, so I'm trying to find some little middle ground. But thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. Thanks to all those that support my work. I appreciate you guys. You mean a lot to me. So if you like my stuff, please keep watching. It means a lot to me, for real. And as always, please, be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later.